The State Weather Bureau says severe tropical storm Opong is now over the Mindoro Strait. In its 5 p.m. bulletin on Friday, September 26, Pag-asa says Opong was last spotted over the coastal waters of Santa Cruz, Occidental Mindoro. It carries maximum sustained winds of 110 km per hour and gustiness of up to 150 km per hour. According to Pag-asa, Opong is currently moving west-northwestward at 35 km per hour. The agency says Opong will head towards the West Philippine Sea Friday evening, where it may re-intensify into a typhoon in the next 12 hours. Tropical cyclone wind signal number 3 is raised over Occidental Mindoro and Calamian Islands, where storm-force winds may bring moderate to significant threat to life and property. Several parts of southern Luzon and western Visayas are under signal number 2, where minor to moderate impacts are expected from gale-force winds. Meanwhile, signal number 1 is up over 28 areas in Luzon and Visayas, where minimal to minor impacts may be experienced due to strong winds. Pag-asa continues to emphasize that heavy rainfall, severe winds, and storm surge may still be experienced in localities outside the landfall point and the forecast confidence cone. It says that Opong is seen to exit the Philippine area of responsibility Saturday afternoon, September 27. The Department of Justice says the National Bureau of Investigation recommended the prosecution of 21 individuals allegedly involved in anomalous government infrastructure deals. In a statement on Friday, September 26, the DOJ says the recommended charges will be filed against lawmakers and other government officials, including Senators Chis Escudero, Joel Villanueva, and Jinggoy Estrada. Charges are also recommended against Bicol Representative Zaldy Co, as well as former Senator Bong Revilla and former Caloocan Representative Mitch Cahayon Uy. Among those named from the Department of Public Works and Highways are Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo and dismissed engineers Henry Alcantara, Bryce Hernandez, JP Mendoza, and suspended engineer RJ Domasig. The DOJ states that the recommendations are based on the sworn testimonies of Alcantara, Hernandez, Mendoza, and Bernardo. It adds that their testimonies provided sufficient preliminary links to the acts under investigation. Other notable personalities named in the testimonies made before the Senate were not included, like former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. When asked why, DOJ spokesperson Miko Clavanos says it is simply because the witness who implicated the former House leader has not yet been to the DOJ himself. Clavanos says the witness Orly Guteza was supposed to meet with Justice Secretary Boying Remulla on Friday morning, but he did not show up. In the case of former Senator Nancy Binay, the DOJ says the NBI's evaluation is still in the process of building a direct line to the former senator. However, Binay's aide Carlene Villa is already among the individuals the NBI has recommended for the filing of charges. Meanwhile, the DOJ also clarifies that being included in the NBI's recommendation is not a matter of speculation or rumor, but rather a result of sworn testimonies under oath. Bicol Party List Representative Zaldy Co laments the revocation of his travel authority as he insists that he needs the time off for his medical care. In a letter to House Speaker Bojie Dy dated September 25, Co says he is intent on returning home to address accusations against him. According to Co, he has apprehensions on what awaits him in the country, given that the public and D's office itself have supposedly prejudged him. He adds that it seems he was not given a chance to explain his side before the Speaker revoked his travel authority. Co also reiterates that accusations against him and his family are false and baseless. Co then disputes all 4 allegations against him. First, that he made insertions on his own in the 2025 General Appropriations Act, and that he received kickbacks from Department of Public Works and Highways projects. He also rejects claims that he owns the aircraft that flew former President Rodrigo Duterte to the International Criminal Court in The Hague, Netherlands, and that he sought fishing import allocations under the company ZC Victory Fishing. Co hopes that he would be afforded due process and that his and his family's safety would be ensured upon his return to the Philippines. Meanwhile, in response, Dy assures Co that the revocation of his travel authority is not a form of prejudging the lawmaker, but an opportunity to answer accusations against him. Dy also emphasizes that Co is facing an ethics complaint that he needs to answer. Dy says Co has until Monday, September 29 to return to the Philippines, after he was given 10 days to come home when the Speaker revoked his travel authority on September 18. Co is currently in the hot seat due to revelations made during congressional hearings. At the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing, contractor couple Curly and Sara Discaya claimed that lawmakers asked for a 25% cut from infrastructure projects for Co and former House Speaker Martin Romualdez. Both Co and Romualdez denied the accusations. But on Tuesday, September 23, dismissed DPWH engineers Henry Alcantara and Bryce Hernandez tagged Co and other lawmakers as allegedly involved in the kickback scheme for infrastructure projects. Mixed fuel price movements may greet motorists at the end of September, with an industry player seeing a rollback for gasoline but a slight increase for diesel. In an advisory on Friday, September 26, Jetty Petroleum President Leo Bellas says diesel prices may go up by 30 to 50 centavos per liter on September 30. If so, this will mark the sixth consecutive week of hikes for diesel. On the other hand, gasoline prices are slated to dip by 50 to 70 centavos per liter. If this is implemented, it will be the first reduction in gasoline prices after 6 straight weeks of increases. According to Bellas, fears of a potential supply disruption due to geopolitical tensions continue to influence oil price movements. He also cites the depreciation of the Philippine peso this week against the US dollar. Oil companies usually announce their price movements every Monday, with the implementation set for Tuesday.